While we're all getting situated, I just want to thank everyone for coming out once again. Obviously, this is incredibly important, as you can tell by the dozen plus people that have poured out of council chambers. The people up here are members of the Capital Area Coalition on Homelessness, and what we're going to discuss today is not just the literal street level view of what's going to be happening over the next week plus, but addressing the big picture view of homelessness in the city and what we can do to address that issue. Mayor Williams is going to start off by saying a few words. We're also going to hear from Corey Lingenfelter from Downtown Daily Bread, Tina Nixon from UPMC, and Aisha Mobley from Christian Churches United. Randy Yeager, you heard from yesterday, she is here as well from Dauphin County. So without further ado, Madam Mayor, if you would like to make a few words.
Thank you all for being here today. I know it was a surprise yesterday. We got a lot of negative criticism about what we intend to do with the homeless camp. It was really a critical emergency. We are faced with a lot of different illegal activities going down there, as well as a safety and health hazard. That's why this morning we met with a lot of the entities to come to a plan to resolve this, that we would have one way of cooperating amongst us in the city of Harrisburg. So at this point, I'm going to invite everyone else up from Catch to make sure that they relay what we've discussed this morning. Ms. Hill, I'll have you first.
Good morning again, everyone. I will first bring to the podium Corey Lingenfelter from Downtown Daily Bread.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am the new executive director at Downtown Daily Bread, and we just want our message to be clear. You know, we are working collaboratively with the city, with Cash, and we really have a good plan in place for us. As you know, Downtown Daily Bread, we've been around now. This is going to be our 40th year of servicing the homeless population, the hungry, to provide the basic needs for our homeless within our daytime drop-in center, our winter men's overnight shelter, and we serve food 7 days a week. So we will continue those efforts. We will also have a more elaborate plan unfolding in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, in the months, because our goal here as staff, as city members, as me individually, an advocate for our homeless community, is to continue to provide shelter and food and basic needs within our resource area. With that being said, I'm not going to get into the depths of opinions or perceptions, but I want to let everybody know this was never a plan to, oh, you're just displacing homeless, you're not out here helping. We care about our clients, our homeless family, as I would any of my friends. And if I know that there's criminal activity around them, we're going to take the same kind of action that we are when we're looking at our homeless individuals. So this is not a negative. I know media kind of gets it sometimes upsetting and messed up, but our message here at Downtown Daily Bread is to say, you know, our biggest concern is the safety of our clients, the safety of the homeless capacity and the population. And that is what I'm working with the mayor's office and with Cash to continue to do. And that is our plan. And I would love if anyone that's watching would like to reach out and volunteer and to help with that effort, they go to our website, come volunteer, and we will go from there. So thank you for this opportunity this morning, Mayor.
And please let it be known that, you know, my platform when I ran for mayor was concentrated on infrastructure, affordable housing, senior citizen, and to direct and try to create a place for the homeless. So on that note, I want everyone to understand that this was not something that we wanted to do, but we had to because it was a critical moment. And at this point, we are working together with all the different entities to come up with a plan. So each of us will meet next week and develop a plan of how we can address this. And we are presently looking at a place to relocate all the ones who are homeless under the Mulberry Street Bridge. So let it be known that it's not something that I wanted to do on a personal note, but I had to do as the mayor of this city, not only for the safety of those individuals under the Mulberry Street Bridge, but for the other 49,000 residents in the city of Harrisburg. And on that note, I'll bring Ms. Aisha Mobley up.
Hello, my name is Isha Mobley, and I represent Christian Churches United. My executive director, Darrell Reinford, is over there. So I'm also the chairperson of Compassion Action Network. So we're excited to be in collaboration with the city, and we are also partners with CASH. So we were encouraging all of the grassroots organizations, all of the folks who are out there helping to connect with us, connect with our social agencies, connect with us so we can really make the huge, greater impact with our folks. Our website is www.ccuhbg.org. /volunteer if you want to volunteer. We want to connect with all those groups out there that are helping so that we can kind of formulate a coordinated outreach for the folks instead of what is developing out there. So we're excited that we're here to collaborate, that we do have a plan for our folks. We just want those out there in the streets that are helping, refer them back to us so that we can actually help them get housed and look at housing options. That's what we want to do and provide. And again, that's Christian Churches United, and my name is Isha Mobley, www.ccuhbg.org and /volunteer. Thank you.
Now we'll hear from Ms. Tina Nixon.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tina Nixon. I'm the Vice President of Mission Effectiveness, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for UPMC Central PA. I have the honor of leading our street medicine team who've connected with the homeless folks underneath the Mulberry Street Bridge on a daily basis. So before the announcement came out, our folks were touching folks to figure out where they're going and how we can provide support. I applaud the mayor, the police chief, and the city for addressing what became, it was a crisis under there. And it needed to be addressed. So thank you. And through the collaborative work of CASH and the city and UPMC, we will make sure that we have a comprehensive approach of addressing homelessness within the city and continue to work together to do that. So thank you, Mayor, and appreciate working together.
Now we'll hear from Randy Yeager from the Dauphin County.
Good morning. I'm the Human Services Director for Dauphin County, and I just think this is a really awesome opportunity to have a long-range plan where not only services and resources are coordinated, but people wanting to help have a coordinated effort. You know, some of the things that have been really difficult to manage is that we have food rotting on the streets because many groups want to feed people, and I think we need that. We just need it coordinated. That's just one example, but this is a great opportunity to look at a long-range plan for Dauphin County, for the city, and we really appreciate the collaboration. Everybody here has been diligently working together, really round the clock, and although we wouldn't have it any other way, we really need everybody to get on the same page and join in this effort together. Thank you.
At this point, we can take any questions. Mr. Weinstock.
Mayor, have you been down there and have you talked to these guys in the encampment and what have they told you and how difficult in your mind will it be to find alternate housing for these individuals?
Yes, I have been down there, and yes, we did talk to someone who told me he was the mayor, and that I had to go to him first, to talk to him, ask him any questions about anyone that's down there. And yes, we are looking at other locations. We were on the phone last night late. My business administrator, Mr. Dan Hartman, and Mr. Matt Maisel, my director of communications. We were in communications with several entities to relocate these individuals.
Do they, you know, having done a lot of homeless stories over the years, I've found that, and I've talked to a lot of these guys that live on the street, it's been my experience that a lot of these folks don't want to go into shelters, don't want any kind of orchestrated housing. They just want to be left alone. I mean, are you sensing that these folks want to be left alone?
Yes, I am, but that's why we reached out to the different organizations this morning to have a meeting to try to work together to get those individuals out from under the bridge and into some housing.
So what is your hope? What is your goal for next week when you start?
My goal is next week is to make sure that we relocate them to another destination and then be able to sanitize and clean that area out.
Do you have any idea where that might be?
We're still in conversation.
Are you planning to have that by the time
need?
We will definitely have that in place by next Thursday.
There's this wooded area near the bridge. Are you clearing out just the area under the bridge or also the tents in that area? You know what I'm talking about?
Cleaning that up, Mr. Bliss.
Cleaning up the area under the bridge.
Just under the bridge. Anyone else?
When you're considering this plan, what are the biggest needs that need to be addressed when obviously it's not just relocating them, but as Randy had mentioned, food, what are all the different needs that need to be addressed to go into this plan?
Well, the health needs is really important. And there was a lot of illegal activity down there, and we need to address that as well. That was very, very important. And also the food, and that's why Ms. Tina Nixon and as well Ms. Mobley said that we need to have one constricted area, that people are bringing food to one area, not several churches or 7 entities. We do not want to discourage anyone from bringing food to any of the necessary homeless camps, but we want to make sure that we have a plan in place that people are not bringing it all at the same time, because the food sits there and rots, and that's what brings the rats.
Mayor, would you describe for folks who may not be familiar with the area under the Mulberry Street Bridge, and there are a lot, what exactly is happening there that is so upsetting to the city? And you talk about illegal activity. What illegal activity is
I'll let Commissioner Carter address that.
Madam Mayor, good morning, and thank you for doing your positive messaging. But the activities that you alluded about right now is that we had drug overdose deaths, we had a homicide there, assaults and what have you, prostitution and everything else. There is no crime for a person to be homeless, so this isn't about us trying to conduct criminal activities, investigations on people. This is a need that we see that the mayor, myself, and everybody up here has talked about for like years and years. So now we are trying to get the people the help that they need. Now, some want it and others don't. But those that don't want it, they want some sort of help. So we're just up here trying to give people what they so desperately need.
You folks have obviously, well, I don't want to say obviously, I suspect you folks have reached out to the Bethesda Mission and other shelters that operate. I mean, do they have room to take in these folks?
That's a good question. And Randy?
That's a great question. I'm Corey Lingenfelter at Downtown Daily Bread. Lingenfelter. We are one of the shelters. We are open, like I said, 7 days a week. We have the men's overnight shelter. We do have room. We are, a capacity of 35. My plan that is at nighttime. Our plan, obviously, working with the Overflow Shelter, Bethesda Mission, I talk to them every week. Bill Christian is the director of the men's shelter. And if we find within this week or whatever happens, we are going to open that capacity in the nighttime for us at Downtown Daily Bread. So we have enough staff to do that, and we are just we're futuristic planning and solution-based over there. So yes, we do have room at the shelters, and that's another reason, as Mayor Wanda has said, that we're doing these meetings and these plans because, as one of the downtown shelters, we do want to make sure that we're able to service the new homeless people that may come in and need our services, but we are equipped and we're ready for that.
Do many of these folks have, I really want to be politically correct here, mental health issues, the ones that are living there under the bridge?
I would assume there is a lot of mental health within that population regardless. So it's not just at encampments. We have our own mental health caseworkers at our shelter, and that is a lot of our efforts as well, is to combat the mental health portion of homelessness.
One last question for me. It's been
For the mayor. Oh, for me?
Yes,
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Although last night wasn't too bad, the last week and a half, we've had some really cold.
I can't hear you.
In the last week or so, we've had some really cold nights. Are you worried about those folks being exposed to the elements out there?
Well, we've taken the initiative to open an area for them to be, and we did, as Mr. West had indicated, he was out that very cold night and asked that the occupants will please go into the building, and they chose not to go into it. As well, he offered to have soup for them, and they did not even come to eat the soup. So we do have a shelter. We do have a shelter for them to go to, but they opted not to go into that shelter. And you cannot make them go in if they don't want to.
Last question.
With the fact that they're not going to the shelter, not accepting some of the
Services that we can provide.
are you concerned that they might not move?
No, I think they will relocate.
Thank you, everyone.